Much, Madeline, and thanks Simon and Rio Tinto for hosting us here today. It gave me an opportunity to once again see firsthand the operation that is so vital for our national economy. During the pandemic, it was the WA resources sector that was absolutely critical for keeping our national economy going. And as I was standing in the cabin there today watching the iron ore go into the hull of that ship, what I was also watching was funding for schools, funding for hospitals, funding to keep our national economy going that comes from this sector and comes from the hard work that's done by people here in the Pilbara that is so vital. Something like 17,000 permanent employees here at Rio Tinto in Western Australia, including some 360 apprentices and trainees. And everyone I spoke to today seems to have worked for this company for 20 or 30 or 40 years. It says something about the commitment that this company has had to Australia and the work that they do that is so vital for our national economy. I think often in the eastern states they take this work for granted, take the economic activity, the revenue for granted as well. Well, I'm here to say that we shouldn't do that. We need to make sure that our resources sector continues to have a prosperous future. And when you look at the growth in new resources like lithium and others that are in abundance here in the West, you also see the opportunity that is there from the growth in the new economy, not just in terms of resources, but also in value adding. We're a country that I want to see make more things here. I want to see us continue to export our resources, but wherever possible, value add, create jobs in advanced manufacturing here. There is no reason whatsoever why Australia can't be making batteries given the resources like lithium and copper and nickel and others which are here in Australia. So one of the things that we'll be doing with our National Reconstruction Fund is a $15 billion fund looking at how we can support the resources sector here, how we can support high value manufacturing, how we can support critical minerals as well going forward. This is a great industry for Australia. It's a highly skilled industry as well. And we're also looking at ways in which we can improve that. The 180,000 fee-free TAFE places that we allocated, with 19,000 allocated to Western Australia, will have more to say in this 3-day visit to Western Australia. I'm someone who doesn't have an annual visit to Western Australia. It's more like a monthly visit on what is my 15th visit as Prime Minister since May of last year. And I've been not just to Perth, but I think it's also important that I've travelled to Albany, to Kalgoorlie, to Karratha, to Dampier, to Port Hedland, to Fitzroy Crossing, to Broome, right across this great state that produces so much wealth for Australia. Can I make some further comments about a tragic incident that has occurred on Melville Island, north of Darwin? Defence have confirmed that an aircraft incident occurred on that island earlier today. The aircraft was involved, a US aircraft was involved in Exercise Predators Run 2023. The initial reports suggest that the incident involves just US Defence Force personnel, that there are no members of the Australian Defence Force involved in this incident. Our focus as a government and as the Department of Defence is very much on incident response and on making sure that every support and assistance is given at this difficult time. We will provide more information when appropriate. We obviously want to make sure that any information that is provided is absolutely accurate. and we're also very much focused on providing that practical assistance on the ground.